All right, let's get the up and coming. There we go. Time to get us going on the gram here, and then we'll be off and running on in other news. I'm your host, Mike Russell. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We are Friday adjacent. You've almost made it. You're almost there. It's been a weird week, short week, and here we go. We're gonna dive right into this. I would like to begin today's program, which we stream every day at noon Arizona time, right here on whatever social media platform you're on. I want to start today's program with a little reflection of yesterday's Love Fest. There's a non-family friendly version I could use of that Love Fest. The 100 days, first 100 days of Trump's presidency. And all the cabinet members assembled like the Avengers to congratulate each other and to thank Donald Trump for his leadership. Okay, fine. Let's stop. 2 words, shut and up. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear, oh, the stock market is this, and oh, we're going to go ahead and do this in your first 100 days. So I don't want to hear any of it. Where are the arrests? Tell me. Where are the indictments? Where are the perp walks? We have flagrant violations of the law, flagrant violations of the Constitution of the United States of America, clear as day. And everybody seems to be okay. Everybody seems to be safe from the reaches of the Department of Justice, the FBI, CIA, Bondi, Patel. Nobody seems to be arresting anyone when there is flagrant violations right in front of us. Throw us a bone. Oh, we deported this many people. I don't care at this point. Good. You should be you're doing your job. You should be deporting criminal aliens. Yes, you should be. Good. Don't celebrate that. Celebrate we finally took down the head of whatever program that was illegally spying on a campaign. Or how about this? Start arresting everyone you know right out of the top, right? Or the low-hanging fruit of those that orchestrated 350,000 migrant children to disappear. Start there. Throw a couple arrests in. You know you have names. You know you have authorization emails. You know you have look the other way kind of text messages or whatever type of communication it is. You know someone has said something about where these 350,000 migrant children have gone in the last 4 years. Grab one of those people, put them in handcuffs, and then say, okay, we're starting now. Show me something. I don't need to see the Epstein client list. I need to see somebody arrested for raping underage girls on Epstein's Island. That's what I want. I don't need to know, oh, this person was on the airplane. Don't care. I want to see some movement. Oh, Mike, they're just dotting the I's and crossing the T's and making sure that everything is ironclad. It's not the world we live in anymore. It isn't. That we don't have to have a buttoned up case to start the process and make an example of people that are most likely, in the case of the child trafficking, that are most likely still participating in that program and molesting children and selling children for sex and buying children for sex. Every day that goes by, we have more opportunities for these criminals, these sick perverts, to keep doing what they're doing. Dotting I's and crossing T's. I want to see some damn arrests. You can stop with this whole, 100 days. Look what we did in 100 days. Make our kids safe. Find the 350, find 10% of them. Find 35,000 of them. Start there. Show me something. Show me something. First 100 days. And ironically, that was a whole Nancy Pelosi thing. When Nancy Pelosi was Speaker of the House for the first time, first female Speaker of the House, it was the first 100 days. I think, guys, she was Speaker of the House. They had control of the Senate in the House, and I think that's what it was. So that's a Pelosi thing. Stop celebrating like that. God, this constant campaigning is ridiculous. And J.D. Vance in general polls is already like 40% up on any other candidate of the Republican Party, 50% on the Democrat side. That's right. I want to see asses kicked and names outed. You're right, Brendan. Yeah, 100%. Biden's pardons did not work. I don't think it's a pardon issue. I think it's a lack of spine issue. And now I'll tell you what. I will say this very clearly: the Republicans are knee deep in this. Oh yeah, a lot of Republican names are going to be named. That's why we're holding off. My opinion, holding off on all of this because of the shady McShady pantses that we have in our very own party. Oh, 100 days. Oh, let's celebrate us. Shut up. Flagrant violations. Flagrant violations. The Navarro case got blown wide open this morning, and no head's gonna roll for that. No head's gonna. They colluded to go after Trump's dude. Anyway, kind of fired up about that. Hi guys, how are you? Sorry, I will step off my soapbox now. What's happening, Truman? Brendan, Rhonda, Lynn, good to have you all here. James, what's up? Let's start with one of the people that we can take down very quickly, and apparently we're just going to do this for show. And apparently Chris Hayes has a podcast. Ugh. Here's the beta male himself talking. This is not even a beta male. I don't even know if I'm insulting beta males by calling Chris Hayes a beta male. Interviewing Letitia James. That if you remember, Letitia James, who was working in conjunction with, same with Fannie Willis, working in conjunction with the Biden White House to take down Donald Trump. Just right there, alone. It's against the law. It's against our United States Constitution. Can't do it. It's against our election laws. But you did. Arrest people. Anyway, Letitia James tried to take Donald Trump out by saying that Mar-a-Lago is worth $18 million. They make over, just so we're very clear, Mar-a-Lago makes over $50 million annually in memberships alone. He says it's worth $18 million. It makes $50 million a year. Just in memberships. Forget about restaurants, tchotchkes, MAGA hats. There's got to be an entire MAGA shop at Mar-a-Lago. I forget about all that. So she rung him up for basically loan fraud by saying that the Mar-a-Lago's worth $250 million or $1 billion or whatever it's worth. I'd say 250 on the light side. And getting using it as collateral for basically what you would describe as sweetheart loans. Now come to find out she's been doing the same thing. She's been doing, and by the way, there was no cause in this. There was no pain. Nobody got hurt in these. This is why it was a complete sham of a trial, complete sham of charges, because there was no pain. Let's say Donald Trump did lie about the value of Mar-a-Lago. The loan was given. The loan was on time. It was in good standing, and it was paid off early. No one was harmed. Letitia James, hey, sweetie.
On to these baseless allegations at the appropriate time and in the appropriate way, but I am 100% confident. That it will not result in any criminal indictment or action against me.
Plead down.
That it is nothing more than a revenge tour, and that Donald Trump just ultimately got to the J's, and I was next.
Worked on that one.
The key allegation again. It sounds like you don't.
Okay, and I am going to give Chris Hayes. I'm going to give him credit here. Again, I'll always give credit where credit's due. This guy's a twerp. He's a weasel. He has done more to hurt democracy than anything. This guy's an idiot. But I'm going to give him credit here. Because Chris Hayes actually pushes back on this because it is so asinine and stupid to think that Letitia James didn't do anything wrong.
The key allegation, again, it sounds like you don't want to address them here, but I'm just going to put it out so people understand that
Yes.
a property that was owned in Virginia, and a mortgage that you signed, if I'm not mistaken, for that property, that they say you falsely represented yourself as a resident of Virginia.
You did.
And that was essentially amounts to mortgage fraud, since you're
It is mortgage fraud. And you said you married your dad. Your dad was your husband. Yeah, 100%.
a resident of New York. What is your response to that?
It's baseless. Everybody knows.
No, it isn't baseless. It's in writing, you dolt. It's not baseless. It's in writing. You literally put Virginia as your primary residence. That's fraud.
I'm a resident of New York, specifically Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
And again, we will respond at the appropriate time in the appropriate way
plead down.
To these baseless allegations.
Not baseless.
And some
It's in writing.
media outlets like the Daily News over the weekend has indicated as much.
What?
That's all you want to say?
Yeah.
That's all that I'm going to say.
Stuck. The Daily News. Really? The Daily News? What the hell did she say? She did some rag. They've said it's baseless. So a newspaper opinion piece said it's baseless. It's fantastic. Arrest her. Crying out loud. Holy crap. Where's the indictments? Where's the mugshot? Guys are killing me. Just taking way too long. It is. And then you got Jimmy O'Keefe. Again, James O'Keefe of OMG, O'Keefe Media Group, is the most, probably one of the most unsympathetic characters you can have. He has blown the doors off things, including Biden's $20 billion EPA scam that he ran through Citibank. He blew the doors off that. He had undercover video. The guy that actually was in charge of dishing out this $20 billion saying we're just throwing gold bricks over the edge of the Titanic so Trump can't get it. He has uncovered some salacious things, clear violations of everything. But James O'Keefe is a twerp. He is not sympathetic. He's smarmy. He's not relatable. And he just comes off as a little ass. Sorry I'm so fired up today. Maybe I should switch to decaf. Holy mackerel. But he isn't. He's just not. He does good work. And he could be the Bob Woodward, or he could blow the doors off in an administration. He could do a lot of cool things. But he just pick someone else, bro. Or just publish the interviews. Don't even say anything. Don't edit it so you're the reporter and you're this and no. I just put a microphone by my microphone. See, the air microphone by my microphone. Just send the videos out. Like this guy. If James O'Keefe wasn't James O'Keefe, wasn't the character that James O'Keefe is, it's that leaded stuff, pal. Yeah. Oh, you this. There's so much more to that trip that there's some energy. I'll tell you this. All right. All you had to do is publish this. That's all you had to do.
Try to overthrow an election.
This is Nicholas Terza. Department of Defense. This is straight out of the DOD. He's a branch chief talking about how they're taking Donald Trump down. Like now. Not this wasn't 5 years ago. Now. This wasn't during the election. Now.
He's just like truly setting us down a path of dictatorship. He's illegitimate. He's terribly immoral, breaking every norm. We're gonna resist him. Everything he does.
James O'Keefe here in Arlington, Virginia, in front.
James O'Keefe here in a too tight shirt, like in my big Oakley oil gas cans or whatever they are. Jeez, come on,
of
bro.
The Pentagon, the branch chief inside the Pentagon saying on hidden camera he's going to resist against Trump and Hegseth. Now, since President Trump was elected and assigned Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense, the DOD has faced a number of leaks in the past few months from employees inside the Pentagon.
There's some type of deep state forces that want to make sure you don't stay there.
They've come after me from day one, just like they've come after.
You don't have to do this and then throw Fox News stuff in there. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to. Just say, here is a branch chief of the Department of Defense going against the will of the people, making sure that the Department of Defense blocks Donald Trump and his agenda that we voted for. Blocks his agenda in every day. Just allow that to be said. You need to have this Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, walk in there and say, you're fired, and call it a day. And not even for what the guy's saying. Think about this. Not even for what he's saying. You know, he's saying they're going to block Trump's agenda, blah, blah, blah. How about the fact that you're stupid enough to still do this? To talk to somebody you don't know about subverting the will of the American people and blocking Donald Trump, calling him immoral and a man who incited an insurrection, tried to overturn an election. Yeah, you're right. In Rhonda's, I'm going to give the same to the Judicial Watch guy. The guy for Judicial Watch does good work, but that dude's all HGH'd out like O'Keefe, and it's like, okay, well, dude, I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to listen to what you have to say. You're making it about you. You're making you the story, the scoop that I uncovered. No, just here, dude. We bust this guy on hidden camera. We busted this thing wide open. They have it out of the mouths of the people that actually did this. That man should be arrested today. Today. There should be a just like they did. If I was reading the communication about Navarro, Peter Navarro, and how they wanted to take him out. They're basically saying that we're going to do a knock and talk, and at the end of it, we're going to show the warrant for his phone and his laptop and his iCloud. We're going to get everything. Okay? Do the same with this guy. Do the same. I want to know now everything that you have communicated. Oh, I'm blown away. Again, James O'Keefe, step out of the way. Present what you were given, get credit for what you gave, okay? Get credit for it, that's fine. Keep your little watermark on there, your OMG thing. And then just, that's it. Cool. Good job, James. Great job. James, you're a great American, you're a patriot. Great job. No, right? Right now you're coming off as a narcissist. Making the damn brand about yourself. This kid needs to be arrested. Just I mean, not James O'Keefe, but this guy. But James O'Keefe is now saying, we'll get to this guy in a minute. James O'Keefe is saying, pray for me. I'm not suicidal. So he thinks he's onto something where he's going to get Clinton.
Ultimately, he is my boss.
Okay.
But this is insane. I actually know Pete Hegseth.
You do? Like personally?
But this is so crazy. Like, that's not a good reflection on me. That's a bad reflection on Trump. Like, nobody I know should be the Secretary of Defense.
Oh, no.
And you shouldn't be a branch.
Insanely young to be and he wasn't that high up in the military. He used to be in the DC National Guard.
Oh, did you guys work together? Or?
Yeah, I mean, in our side hustle in the National Guard.
Oh.
And I met him in my unit. He was just in my unit. And I don't know, I can go on about who that's at.
Now, Nicholas Terza claims that he knows Hegseth from the D.C. National Guard, but we spoke to a senior official at the Pentagon who said that's not true, that Hegseth has not ever heard of this man or seen him.
But what do you think the intent is? Is it like, do they want to hurt America?
I think they don't care who they hurt. To enact a change that they see making America in a populist conservative framework more traditional, even if that means being more sexist or racist or chauvinist.
Be sexist, racist,
on
shut up,
camera,
O'Keefe.
he did not know.
What you're saying. Sexist, racist, I don't care. Lead the country in the right way. I don't care your personal whatever. So tired of this garbage. Oh, thank you for the I'm going to get you sucker reference. I knew you were around there, Brandon. Yeah. I'm going to get you sucker. Junebug, man. He OG. Shit. Sanders. Oh, what a mess. That guy might get, going back to what we were talking about yesterday. I mean, Sanders might get cut. They have 3 quarterbacks that are better than him ahead of him. Dude might get cut. Be great. Yep. Walk the perp walker. Stop talking. Exactly. I don't want to hear about your 100 days. I don't want to hear about your undercover video. I don't want to hear about any of this crap until I start seeing people get arrested. Don't talk to me. Stay away. Make me forget the name Pam Bondi. Make me forget the name Kash Patel. Make me forget Tulsi Gabbard. Make me forget all of that until people start getting arrested. Then we'll celebrate you. Kristi Noem, you can stick around. It's all good. Any video they can have of Kristi Noem, I'm totally okay with that. Department of Homeland Security. I can't believe she's our Homeland Security Secretary. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I am not by any stretch a climate denier. I understand that our climate is changing. I get it a bazillion%. It is. There's never been, if you can show me, then I'll fall right in line if you can show me 100, 200 year period where the climate of this earth has been stable since its existence. I'll fall in the line. Climate is always changing. So I understand that. So I have this thought that the nefarious part of this climate change movement, this green movement, has when the powers that be made carbon the bad guy. Everything is carbon, for the love of God. Everything is. Like, we emit 2 pounds of carbon a day as humans. Each one of us. We're not forgetting about Tulsi. I just saying the hair game. The hair game with this on Secretary Noem is woo. Anyway, and her campaign ads where she's out pheasant hunting. Yes, it's all about the money. I do agree with that. But this whole green nonsense. I do agree that it is changing. Carbon capture was a big thing. I don't know if you understand what the Biden administration did. They built these in the Midwest. They built these giant machines, these giant building size machines that are supposed to recapture carbon. When asked, this is supposed to reduce the carbon emissions in the air. When asked if it has been studied to what kind of impact that would have on the climate, they said, no, we don't know. We have no idea what's going to happen, but we're just going to suck up all the carbon out of the air. What could possibly go on? Do not think that they are not running at full speed. If the Trump administration has anything to do, shut those things down now. Because a friend of mine who owns a brewery in Flagstaff that participates in carbon recapture, and they're doing it because I'm sure they get some breaks for it. I'm sure they get some love for it, but doing it because they're just good people and that's what they think they should do, and they believe that they should have some sustainability, not to like the New Belgium brewing or anything, not to that level, but they're doing carbon recapture. And when I asked him, I said, "What's going to happen? What does that do?" He goes, "I don't know. Do you really know you're recapturing carbon?" He goes, "Yeah, kind of." What is that going to do to the environment in Flagstaff? I don't know. How about this one? God, you guys, this is fantastic. Watch this. Oh, yeah, it's Yahoo News. Experiments to dim sunlight to fight global warming will be given a green light by the government within weeks. No, it's not. Outdoor field trials could include injecting aerosols into the atmosphere. Weren't we told that was bad? Isn't that why I can't use Aquanet anymore? Because aerosols are bad for the ozone layer. Aerosols in the atmosphere or brightening clouds to reflect sunshine. Nope. You idiots. Go ahead, play God. Go ahead. Y'all, we've seen what happens when they do this cloud seeding stuff. Remember when Dubai was underwater? The whole UAE was soaked. Again, just doing stuff just because you think you can or you think it might help doesn't mean you should do it. I mean, are you really kidding me? Dimming the sun to fight climate change. You guys are idiots. Anyone, get the head of the EPA on the horn right now. Anyone who approves this needs to get ousted immediately. UK is going to try it. They're going to do it over the UK. Let them do it. Let them jack up their weather. And I keep seeing these, like there's somebody that keeps reporting, and there's a few people that are down in southern Arizona. They're like, oh, the chemtrails. Like, I'm to the point where I'm like, okay, all right, I'll hear your argument now. Because how it doesn't that sound feasible? Don't chemtrails sound feasible if people are trying to darken the sun? Recapture carbon? Ugh. Yeah, exactly. All the excess sun in the UK. Yeah. Jeez. Let's see. Can we put Katie and Kill back in the blue? We're going to send them to sun. Yeah. That's a great idea. It's actually super Truman. I think it's a solid idea. Can swallow up solar flares. Fantastic. Just doing something for the sake of doing something is completely asinine. And I hope that if any of this has been approved, like that, like we talked about a week ago, we talked about the head of Pfizer saying that he has that pill that has a chip in it that'll tell the government if you've taken your meds or not. Compliance, he said it was all about. No, our FDA should shoot that down. If it's been approved by the Biden FDA, it needs to have its approval rescinded. Period. More Fauci and Associates. Fauci is maybe, and again, I go back to this first 100 days thing. Fauci might be in some serious hot water. I mean, I think Tulsi Gabbard is really onto something. It really has some links. So we will see. And it's the guy that tried to kill a bunch of black people during the AIDS pandemic with failed cancer drugs that killed them. Oh, remember the guy I showed you yesterday, the guy that's trying to impeach Donald Trump that could barely speak English? Hey, remember that guy? The goofy-looking guy? Apparently, he owned a biolab that had monkeys and beagles. What the hell is wrong with these people and beagles? Anyway. Closed it down and let them all starve to death. These people. Yeah, just bury the trees too. Why not? Yeah, well, yeah, yes. Yeah, say you're just doing it. The guy in a Beatles Halloween costume, he does look like he is. I gotta find the shirt. I know you guys don't know where it's at. Forget what it's like, T Public or something like that. It has Walter Brimley on all the faces on the heads of the Beatles, famous Beatles picture. It says "To Beatles." I need that. Need that shirt. Sunspots in the earthquake. Yeah, steadily. Yeah, more and more in California due to what it looks like. Yeah, I'm telling you. Look. And by the way, the Earth's going to do what the Earth does. Sorry, the Earth is going to do what the Earth does, and the Earth is the biggest and best regulator of carbon in the galaxy. So let's switch to my beloved baseball. This has nothing to do with the baseball game. Did you see this? Y'all, I am not for, I really am not. You know, like, last call at a baseball game is 7th inning. I think they changed that to the 8th inning now that they have the pitch clock because the games are going so fast. They still need to sell their beer. Did you guys see the Pittsburgh Pirates yesterday? Did you guys see that guy just literally fall onto the field on his head? And you know he's drunk. He's topless. Guy has his shirt off in Pittsburgh, for the love of God. Watch this. Right there, top screen. And boom. Yeah. Look at it. I mean, he backed this up. We'll see if we can back it up. All right, see, he's going over and does kind of see him flip right there? See him flip? Boom. He's just coming over. Like, he's just dropping like a rag doll. Living in a movie. Is it what? Pow. Yeah. Guy's just done. Condition unknown. But they carted him off, and they brought his tank top wearing Gilligan hat wearing friend down to the field to basically take pictures of him and either make fun of him or call his parents. But this is a serious incident that happened in Pittsburgh last night. I don't know what happened to the guy, but I didn't see it. Oh yeah, I saw the Blue Jays. Yeah. And here comes Pee Wee Herman walking, doing a drive-by. Mike, you're better than baseball. I'm not better than baseball, buddy. Nothing's better than baseball. So anyway, the Pee Wee Herman's still back there making his debut here. Let's see if we can get where's the slap? Where's his buddy in the dumb hat? There he is. There he is. There he is right over there. Look at that's his buddy. Drunk off his Tookus as well. And everybody's he's gonna call mom and dad for him. And there you go. There you go. It's unbelievable. Yeah. I'm not for banning alcohol at sporting events, but I believe that concession people should just damn well know better at some point, not serve people and have the option to not serve people. Because that guy obviously should not have been served. Tell you a fun story. Was LeBron, it did look like a LeBron style flop. Even LeBron was like, damn, that's some good flopping right there. I'll tell you a personal story. It's funny. My dad, all of his friends called him Erd. The dumbest nickname I've ever heard. Erd. And they called my mom Erdella. Like it was like the female version of Erd. Like, how the hell is this a nickname? And I didn't really think about it until I was, probably in my teens. This is, I had to ask. I'm like, what does Erd mean? This is so dumb. The story goes like this. My dad was probably in a similar seat as that guy that fell out at Willie Mays' last game at Dodger Stadium. Willie Mays, the Willie Mays, not Willie Mays Hayes. Willie Mays hit a home run straight at my dad. A home run of Willie Mays, last game at Dodger Stadium, right at my dad. My dad signed with the Boston Red Sox before he was drafted into the Air Force in Vietnam. So my dad he easy catch. No big deal for him. 6'5", dude was 300 if he weighed a pound. He fumbled the ball to save his beer. My dad, I could have right behind me a Willie Mays autographed home run ball. I probably would have sold it by now. But the home run ball. But my dad saved the beer. So they started calling him Willie. That was his nickname, Willard. And instead of sticking with Willie or Will, or even Hayes, they went with Erd because they wanted to make it as ridiculous as they could be because he saved his beer in missing a Willie Mays home run ball. It's true. Not all bureaus wear capes. That's right. That's my dad. Yes. If it was meant to be, I know. So I always wanted to get, when you had the plastic cubes and you have the baseball inside, I wanted to get a plastic cube that had a Dodgers beer, an empty Dodgers beer cup inside. So it's our Willie Mays beer from Dad. Erd. Oh God, it was terrible. So terrible. Speaking of terrible, let's keep things going here on the terrible side. The firebombing of Tesla dealerships continues. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. He, she, them, they has been released because of her spectrum disorder. I'm not kidding. Here's the news report.
The government wanted Owen McIntyre to spend the time before trial behind bars, but the judge in Boston sided with the defense in this case, which cited multiple medical issues facing the 19-year-old.
Yeah, you don't have to go to jail now. You firebombed a Tesla dealership. You firebombed it. And now you don't. You're a boy who thinks he's a girl. And you have what going on?
Including autism spectrum disorder, gender dysphoria, and ADHD.
Oh, ADHD.
McIntyre's attorney argued the teen should be released citing serious and ongoing medical needs and treatments that could not or would not be provided while in federal detention. The defense filings.
Look at that ass. Look at that guy. Actually, I want him as my attorney. I'm good with that. Mike has scoliosis. He can't be held responsible for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage, millions of dollars in damage, because he has scoliosis, and I believe he had pneumonia when he was 3. Son of a.
Says McIntyre is being treated for depression and since March has been receiving gender-affirming care.
Gender-affirming
care would likely be interrupted or terminated in federal custody.
So you having your naughty bits whacked off is going to be interrupted by God forbid you go cause millions of dollars and you're an arsonist, you're a terrorist, and you just because you got to have your willy cut off, that it's gonna postpone that when you face justice. Get it? God, what can we do? I mean, this is such an example of elections have consequences. I mean, we had Joe Biden, we had Barack Obama that put these judges, knowing that these judges were going to do what they do and completely undo our system. That we allow a male that thinks he's female to get away with firebombing a car dealership because she is mad that the owner of that company is making the cuts to the government that eliminate waste and fraud, and we're going to let them get away with it because he thinks he's a girl. Oh yeah, they're using autism, Lynn. Hell yeah. And that's and again. That's why it's a spectrum. It's a spectrum because anyone can be on it and use it as an excuse. Remember, victimhood is the #1 currency in the United States of America, most valuable currency there is. Literally, just victimhood. That's a good point, Brennan. Just identify as innocent. Identify as someone who did not do that. Identify as Shaggy, wasn't me. Oh man alive. But yeah, to have that, and that attorney, did you see him? He was just like, yep. I knew this judge would give me. I could have said anything. I could have said this dude had a hangnail on his toe. Born with 9 toes. Should be let go. Should be totally let go. I want to show you something that is something we should probably have a discussion about. Because this foul-mouthed little woman is upset that she has to repay her student loans. Okay? She's a schmuck. She's an idiot. But she spits a little bit of game here. Where is she right in what she has to say? Let's see if you guys can spot it.
I believe it's people in the comments of this student loan situation talking about this is how the world works. You borrow money, you pay it back.
Exactly. That is literally how the world works. You borrow money, you pay it back with interest. That's exactly how it works. Don't care what you say. You borrow any amount of money for anything, you got to pay it back with interest.
Shut your stupid ass up. A fucking school loan ain't the same as an auto loan or a home loan or a personal loan, you damn idiot.
What?
Black people.
Who's the idiot?
Minorities, especially. Had to go.
Okay, so if you have white skin or dark skin, the loan parameters and loan conditions need to be different. Jesus.
School, we ain't left shit. We had to go to school. I had no choice but to go to damn school. And then when I went to school, it wasn't like I'm working for my damn self now. I'm making money for other people. And the money gets taxed. This shit is all going back into the hand. It's like a big ass circle, and y'all fail to realize that. Your fucking credit score is made the fuck up. That's some made up shit. Money made the fuck up. This is a system. America is a system. I'm confused at how the hell y'all still don't realize this shit. Then on top of that, y'all ain't even willing to try to make reasonable payment plans. Y'all ain't even trying to do like $100 a month. Y'all want the whole shit. Y'all want $2,000.
It's called deferment, you slappy.
$1,000 a month on a goddamn degree that people ain't even using.
Yeah. Well, we had thoughts. Anyway, she ain't wrong in some of that. She's dead wrong in most of it. But she's not wrong when she's talking about that. It's like, we got to go out and make money for someone else. Yes, you do. That is that you're bartering your services for monetary compensation. Yes. And your time, talent, whatever you have there, sweetie, is making someone else money because they started a business. And yeah, it does. You pick the wrong degree. That's no one else's fault but your own. But I do agree with her on the system. I don't think she's off on the system. Her delivery is definitely off. But I don't disagree with what she's saying, because there is a pretty effed up system when it comes to you go and you make money and you get taxed on that. Now, tax dollars go to $20 million puppet shows in Dubai. And then the lie that you were told, and I think we can all admit this, the lie that you were told that you are going to make more money if you have a college degree comes back and bites you in the ass. And let me tell you why it's a lie. But Mike, college degree holders earn more on a percentage of blah, 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 blah. No, they're still paying their loans back. You can do a P&L on it. That's profit and loss. Really think about that. It's like home ownership. There's constantly something going wrong with your home. If you do a profit and loss, unless you bought at the bottom of the market with a 2% interest rate, which a lot of people did, you were seriously, and I mean very, very seriously, you're upside down in your house. You were sold a lie by the banking industry and by the government to get by the way, they are on student loans and home loans and mortgage loans. The government is the number one beneficiary of that interest. So this is when you say, so when you're told that owning a house is the American dream, you're sold a bunch of BS. You're losing money. Sorry. It's very rare that you make money. Again, unless you buy at the bottom of the market, the housing market spikes up, that you're actually making money. When you go through the entire payment schedule, see how much you're paying in interest. Good Lord. I think my first house, I think $10 a month in the first few months was going to principal reduction. The rest of the $1,000 was going straight to the bank as interest. You're not making money. Period. It's nice to own a home. There's some security in owning a home. All about it. I've owned several. But this whole, go to college, get a loan. It's okay if you get a loan because you're going to get paid back because you're going to be making so much money. Those days are gone. Gone. It is a racket. It's a racket, and she's never been taught otherwise, especially when it comes to student loans. One of the best things I heard Elon Musk say was, it's crazy to me how backwards it is that we can give a kid with no ability to pay it back in that moment $100,000 to go to college, but we can't give them a $10,000 loan to start a business. It's blowing my mind. Really, really does. Yeah, Dan learned his skills in the Marines. That's right, Rhonda. Yeah. A homeowner when I have no mortgage until. Yeah, it's true. Truman, that's true. Yeah. Like I had to watch. There was a couple of investments we had back in the day. The Winey and I had back in the day that we just had to let go. We just had to walk away from because it's a long story. I think it was 2. And I didn't have zero problem with it. I went into a business deal with a bank, and that didn't work out. And there you go. Business deals don't work out all the time. So you're right. You don't technically own your home. And then when you do own your home, the government can still take it from you. When you do own your home, you still have to pay taxes on just having your home. It's crazy. Yeah, just having. Yeah, absolutely. Dan Lerner. Oh, with the yeah, you guys going back and forth on that stuff. Let's just should we just stay on lunacy? Just how much time? Oh yeah. Let's just stay on lunacy, because the day without Jasmine Crockett is like a day without sunshine. She is the new KJP. She's the new Karine Jean-Pierre. Like, she just says stupid stuff every single day. This is fantastic.
Concern you randomly kidnapping folk and you throwing them out of the country.
Nobody's kidnapping folk. No one.
Country against their civil rights, against their constitutional.
They have no civil rights or constitutional rights. They're here legally. They're criminals. They're convicted criminals. They have no civil rights. They have no constitutional rights. They don't. They're not U.S. citizens. You idiot.
Rights. And frankly, how would they feel if some other country decided that they were going to just start throwing people randomly in our country? Like that.
They did. It's quite literally what happened. It's quite, they gave us all of the bad people. They emptied their prisons, their mental institutions, and they threw them to us. Look at her in her smug ass look.
That is absolutely insane. So yes, all I gotta say is y'all need to get these fools out of here. But Deborah.
Yeah, you got to get these fools out of here. We're trying to get these fools out of here. That's what we're trying to do. We're literally trying to get these fools out of here. We talked about it yesterday because I think it's important to talk about. We talked about it yesterday. Texas is going off the rails. Texas quite literally is going off. They're becoming Washington and Oregon. I'm blown away by what's happening in Texas. I mean, sure, I guess the Democrats play the long game, and now they have every judge there is a leftist progressive idiot, and all the same with the politicians, state reps and senators. I don't know how this happens. A law was just passed in the Texas House, not kidding, that makes it basically political satire is illegal unless it is disclaimed with a government-approved disclaimer that this is satire. I think the People versus Larry Flint covered this, did it not? If you all are not familiar with the People versus Larry Flint, please watch the movie. Larry Flint, Hustler, made a Jerry Falwell cartoon that was very lewd, sexual in nature. And they went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said that's political satire. That's fine. That's protected First Amendment. Here we go.
The bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. HB 366 is a step towards transparency and integrity in political advertising. Move passage.
Question occurs on passage to engrossment.
Ring the bell. Damn it. Ring the bell.
Question occurs.
Yep, ring the bell. Yes, Lynn, that was a Supreme Court case. They made a movie out of it with Woody Harrelson. Fantastic.
The question occurs on passage to engrossment of
Ed Norton's in it as well. Fantastic.
HB 366. Record vote has been requested. Record vote is granted.
Ring it.
The clerk will ring the bell.
Yay! Ring
Show
the
Mr.
bell.
Moody voting aye. Show Ms. Jones of Harris voting aye. Have all members voted? Have all members voted?
There you go.
There
passed.
being 106 ayes and 39 nays, HB 366 is passed to engrossment. Clerk,
absolutely disgusting. What we're
the
saying.
chair lays out on second reading HB.
That is absolutely absurd. You have to have a government disclaimer in any altered media. The language is so broad. This is a buddy of mine sent this to me. He said the language is so broad, it criminalizes any altered media where a politician appears to do or say something that they didn't actually do, which is a literal definition of a meme. Guess who enforces it? The Texas Ethics Commission, a politically connected agency who now gets to decide whether your humor is lawful or not. Texas, go home. You're drunk. This is just absurd. Again, what has to happen? What has to happen? I don't even know if you can. We're talking about the recalling or impeaching all these judges, but on what grounds? That's their job is to interpret the case before them and how it matches up or goes against any law. And they can be as wacko as they can be. But I'm telling you, we're hosed in a lot of ways because that'll go up to the Supreme Court and it's going to get squashed. I hope somebody out there challenges that because we can't let states do that crap. Actually, we can let states do that crap, but I mean, if it violates the United States Constitution, states' rights go bye-bye. The states' rights stop where my Constitution begins. Okay? That is it. Yes. Hey, tomorrow's Friday, by the way. So check out the Go Show. FAFO Friday is going to be a good time, and we'll wrap it up here. We'll have a lot of fun. We'll have some S's and giggles, and we'll send you off into the weekend in the know and hopefully with a smile on your face and a song in your heart. I kid. Lots to talk about tomorrow. We will see you there right here on In Other News. Have a great